everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go over a little experiment that I did right here in my kitchen using natural lighting, and we're gonna go over Canon 5D Mark III versus the iPhone. Which one does a better job? And really, is your iPhone really enough? Let's see. Alright, so we did this with the natural lighting because I know that many of you are going to be doing this with your iPhones and you're not going to be utilizing a flash and all this extra equipment. So it's just really the Canon 5D versus the iPhone portrait mode using the same technique, which was pretty much just using the cellophane wrap, trying to cover up the lens a little bit, getting the same exact one. I am going to pick one photo that is identical to the one that I took with her iPhone, and I'm going to upload it into Lightroom, and I'm going to show you post, and then we're going to go from there. So there's this popular video going around on TikTok and Instagram. I love it so much, and it's where somebody takes and puts some cellophane right around the lens cap to create that nice dreamy look. So we're going to do exactly the same thing using the 5D Mark III, but we're gonna do it with her cell phone too. Rebecca has her cell phone. It's an iPhone 11. Let me show you this bad boy. We're gonna be using this. Look at Carlos made a debut in the video. This versus this. And let's see how it works out. Pucker the lips. I taught you so well. Alright, so we took a few photos. I'm only going to pick one to show you, and I'll show you what it looks like in post, but let's now do the cell phone. Ready? Ready? Same wrap. Alright, we're just going to have to hold it in front of the lens to make it work, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the camera in portrait mode, and let's get that same dreamy look and see how we do. All right, back. Holding the same pose. All right. There we go. Look over towards that window. Let's try to get more circle action. Can you guys even see me? Can they see me?
No.
Okay, so I'm like standing here like trying to take the photo, but it's so hard to get like the cellophane to cooperate on the tiny little lens. So if you really think that you can like spend the time to get it to work right, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'd rather use a camera, but let's get this working. All right, let's do a. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it. Alright, it's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so let's take this in post. Let's edit it in Lightroom and see what we come out with. Okay, so I have downloaded the photos. This is the one that I like the most of Rebecca. Actually, this is the one I really like the most because look at that smile. And I like this one too. There's a lot to go with, but we're gonna go with this one because it matches, not that one, this one. Her head's slightly tilted down a little bit. We're gonna go with this one, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crop this, make this an 8x10. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I like the way that like the saran wrap just kind of created like this cloud effect around her. And we're gonna see how it did compared to Oh, by the way, that's a preset, which will eventually go on sale at some point, but right now it's not. I'm still working on that, and I'm gonna give it a little bit more pinkish hues. I don't want too much greenish hues. That's just the natural light because we did not use flash. I'm gonna go in here. Actually, before I do that, let me yeah, no, let's go in and let's add it. So let's this is actually pretty good, the clarity on here. So I'm just gonna do a quick little touch up on the skin. I'm just going to use the healing brush, get rid of, I mean, she's got pretty flawless skin, but the clarity on this is spectacular. So let's just kind of add a little bit more clarity to that eye right there, and let's add more clarity here. And then what I like to do is, because you see these little pink veins in her eyes, what I like to do is I kind of like to brighten them up a little bit and just kind of desaturate so that way the red is not prominent, although this wouldn't really show up in a photo anyway, but it's in Lightroom. It's the teeth whitening tool. I just kind of go in there and I do the same thing. And then what I like to do, I don't need to soften her skin because her skin again is flawless. So now after I've done all my editing, let's actually make this fit the screen. Now I'm gonna take this photo and I'm going to click on this photo. Now this is our iPhone photo. And as you can see, when we zoom in, it gets really pixelated, but it's still a pretty good photo. I mean, so we're gonna go in here and we're just gonna take care of the small little blemishes and do the same thing with her eyes. It's a little bit more grainier, but still a good picture. I mean, on Facebook, that wouldn't even be noticeable. Not anywhere else, actually. So let's add, I don't know if I want to add more clarity or reduce clarity on here, but don't mind my husband, he's walking in the door, but we're gonna just put a little bit more clarity in here. And I think that's about it. But what I want to do is I want to make this photo match this photo. So we're just going to kind of sync all the settings right across the board. So that way it has the same coloration, same hue. I want it to match exactly. So let's see what this one right here, let's go into our library and make sure. So this one right here is definitely taken, and you can kind of see over here, it was taken with the Canon 5D Mark III. And then the one that we chose over here that is identical, this one is taken with the Apple iPhone, as you can see right here. No flash, this is all just natural lighting. And let's actually make this an 8x10 too, so that way we can kind of see a side-by-side comparison. We didn't really get the black door the first time. I'm not really liking too much this. It just looks like something blocked the camera. It just looks like a blob. It doesn't look like that nice smoky effect that the camera offers, but it still does a good job. It's not too bad. We can kind of work with this. And so I'm just trying to get rid of the little nails in the wall over here. And I think I want to soften this image a little bit. So I'm going to reduce the noise a little bit more. And I think that's that. So let's see what this looks like in comparison to, oops, don't want to do that, selecting too many photos at the same time. So we're going to select that one and the iPhone, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. Yep, there we go. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. And so this is the iPhone. I'm sorry, this is the iPhone 11. See, it actually gives you the settings. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that the iPhone did that. That's pretty nice. And then this one over here is the camera. As you can see, it says Sci Photography. It shows you I took it at 42 millimeters, at 2.8, which is the aperture, which is not as much as the 1.8. So if you don't know anything about aperture, like this is actually pretty good. The ISO is definitely significantly different. So my ISO was at 1600, the iPhone was at 500. I kind of like the warmish hues in here, but that's just a matter of editing. I can go in and change that, but let's zoom in and look at the details on each one. So this is, here we go, here is my camera, and then let's zoom in on here, and this is 100%, and this is where you see the sacrifice on the quality. I wonder if I can get in a little bit more. So, I mean, take a look at that. Like, look at the clarity in this photo, and then look at the clarity in this photo. But again, if you're just using it for social media, then I guess it's gonna do you just fine. So let's warm this one up a little bit, so that way, because I kind of like the warmish hues that we got from the iPhone. And let's again do that side-by-side comparison, and I think that matches a little bit more, but not bad, right? So iPhone versus Canon 5D. I think that the 5D actually gives more magic. The lens does. I mean, it's just way much better. The iPhone it really sacrifices on the quality of the clarity, but it did not do too bad. Like, we can still do some magic. We can still work with this. We just need to spend more time editing and making it just right. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the overall results. This is why you pay a photographer, because you do not want to sacrifice on the quality of your photos. So, like, as you can see, I mean, look at the clarity on that. And this gets really pixelated as we zoom in. It starts to sacrifice on the quality, but overall, not too bad. I'll post these images in a little while, so that way you can kind of see and vote which one you like more. I'm just gonna do a little bit more editing, just to kind of like, see, she had a little blemish right here, so I'm gonna just take care of that. And then other than that, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Do you think you can do it? Can you? Can you? Can you? All right, so I'm not trying to dog the iPhone. I love the iPhone. That's not the point that I was trying to make with this. It's just that every once in a while, somebody calls me up and they said, I can do the whole thing with my iPhone. Forget it. I don't need your services. And you know, you can. I mean, those photos actually weren't that bad. No one's gonna like zoom in on the photo and check in on the clarity. And everybody's on a little tiny device, so everything's kind of like in a thumbnail view. They're not gonna know. It's totally fine. However, that's because it was in a bright kitchen. You know, I had this natural lighting coming in. Could you imagine doing that at night? I would need crazy lighting setup just to get Rebecca lit up properly. It is about lighting. It is about composition. It's not about the tools that you have in your hands. It is about the skill set behind the person behind the tools. That's like me going over to a master carpenter saying, listen, if I had that hammer, I would be taking, you know, making great craftsmanship, whatever they call it. That's not what it is. It's not about the camera. It's not about the iPhone. It's about the eye of the photographer, or you behind the lens. So if you think that you can capture phenomenal photos just using your iPhone, you are correct. You can take phenomenal photos using your iPhone with the correct lighting, the correct composition, on a nice bright sunny day. And you know what? The latest iPhones actually can do pretty much anything in low light settings. But if you zoom in, you're gonna get some noise. I'm gonna show you a photo where the iPhone didn't even know where to focus because of the plastic in front of the lens, and you can just see how bad that photo came out. Check it out. So, you see what I mean? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am not discouraging anybody from shooting an entire party with your iPhone. I've seen it done, and some people have really accomplished it. I have seen photographers who have pulled out their cell phones because something happened to their camera and they made it work. They made it happen. But again, it's about the eye, it's about the lighting, it's about the composition, and anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have any shots that you took with your iPhone that you think is spectacular, I'd love to see it in the comments below. If you have a video similar to this, if you want to debate me about the iPhone versus the camera, I mean, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. I don't really see anybody kind of arguing me about it, but if you do, you know, send me a comment. I would love to see it. If you want to collaborate, please drop me a comment below. I would love to team up with other photographers and do some videos and some, you know, crazy photography sessions. But anyway, God bless. Good night. I'm going to turn in, and ciao. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and please share. Also, don't forget to check out the playlist. Some good content in there.